some of these politicians, they really, truly think they're helping. They really, truly
No,
think
they don't think they're happy with this. No.
They're that brainwashed. I think they do.
I'm not falling for that.
Okay, don't fall
And the
for
reason
it,
I'm
but
not falling
I think
for it, because if they thought they were helping, they would do it to their own families.
Well,
They only give it to those, but they give their families a good private education. They give them safety in their communities. They live and they do well in life, and that works. And if they really thought they were helping, that's what they were offering to blacks and Hispanics. They don't think they're doing the right thing.
they're not fools. They're
No,
not,
that's
they're
right.
not stupid,
But a fool would think he's doing the right thing.
and they do.
They don't.
They're fools.
I disagree. Yes, Mark. I don't know. Why you think they're helping?
No, they absolutely do not think that they're helping. They have one goal and one goal only, and that's to get elected.
Yes.
I have friends that have called me personally and said, Mark, you know a lot about politics. I want you to help me. I don't know whether I'm going to run Democrat or Republican. Yeah. They don't care.
Right.
They couldn't care less. It's like the guy selling you a car. It's like, no, he really wants me to have good tires. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's like, did you hear what he said? Did you hear his pitch? Believe me, that's part of his commission. The commission is the only thing that
That's
matters.
right.
I don't think most people would be a politician. if they
Hold on for the mic.
I
You
think that
should meet some politicians.
I think that they're wrong, but I agree with him. I think they believe their own ish.
Why would you think that?
Because it's very difficult to go through life every single day doing something you don't believe and saying things you don't believe. It's
No, it's
not
not.
possible. No, they believe their own crap.
No, they don't.
I think they do.
Then why don't they apply to themselves? and their
Because they
families?
that's a subconscious thing. It's not a conscious, it's not a conscious conspiracy. They subconsciously don't do it to their own families because they instinctively don't do that. But
You guys are making
they
a horrible
think they're
mistake to
doing
believe
the
if you
right
don't know what
thing
they're
in their
doing.
head. And they would tell you, like they believe their own crap.
You know, I used to believe in a lie.
Why you believe that these people
They believe the lie.
believe what lie?
They believe the untruth. You know, their God. They don't believe in God. You don't believe in God, then you believe in anything.
But then if they believe what they were doing for others is good, why do they do good for themselves and not for others?
That's the hypocrisy of believing a lie, Jesse.
No.
Yeah.
It's instinctual.
You'll have
You
to
guys
learn
are
about
so
it.
off. Like a $2 bill, you're off. Oh, there are real $2 bills, right? Yes, sir, Mark. You done? Yes. And then I come here.
I think this is the mistake that, not to get into politics, but this is kind of the naivete of conservatives. They always think that Democrats mean well, whereas if you look
I
at the,
don't even know
if you look
how
at the
they think.
Democrats, when they say Republicans are bad, they say they're evil, they don't leave any room that there's an exception. In this case, these people know what they're doing. Like Mark said, they want power and they want to get reelected.
That's all it's
That's
about.
all they want.
And they have to keep you demoralized so that you vote for them. They have to work on your ego all the time so that you vote for them.
Have you ever heard
Yeah,
a Democrat
they
admit
are
to you?
right here.
Have you ever heard a Democrat admit to you, like on the low, this kind of conspiracy stuff? Like, I know I don't really believe this, but I'm just trying to, you know.
Before I became a Republican, I used to go and I would hear them say that.
Say what?
They knew what they were doing. They were offering blacks and others this stupid stuff, and when they, after the meeting, they go have coffee, they laugh about it.
Like what? Give me some examples of what
I'll
you
use the project for an example. Can you believe that the blacks are happy with me, that we are pushing the projects for them? How dumb are those N-words? They laugh about it.
You hear Democrats say that?
When I was younger, and I used to hear Democrats say crazy things like that. And I just used the project thing as an example. But they go into these meetings, and after these meetings, they laugh at what they're allowed to get away with. I don't know why you guys think these people don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And if you believe that, you're not going to fight against them because you think they know what they're doing. Right here first. You think they don't know what they're doing. Evil knows exactly what it's doing.
So you're saying that they purposely deceive and lie, feed the lie?
Yes.
To, for their own.
For their own personal gain.
I just want to be clear.
Just think about that. They're trying to pass a bill right now that says if a criminal in your neighborhood commit a crime, he or she can stay in the neighborhood without a bail bond or anything, no jail until time to go to trial. You don't think they know what they're doing with that? I can't hear you.
No, yeah, and then they know that the blacks or whoever is going to go for it.
That's right. And then they use the word racism in order to hypnotize you so you can think, or work your ego so you can think they care about you.
Yeah.
That's why they're always using that word. And it doesn't even exist, but they use it because they know that blacks are going to fall for it.
That's straight evil.
Yeah, it's evil. They know it doesn't exist. They know that that's not why black and Hispanics are suffering. But then they're going to use it because it works for them when they use it.
You would think, I understand, I understand the point that they're saying because they're giving the benefit of the doubt. Because you would think that that's how people would think, but because you don't naturally want to think that they're purposely trying to deceive or lie to you. But
Why you better think that?
But it makes sense.
And for their own families, they have fathers and mothers in the homes. Maxine Warner, for example, promotes the project deal while she is living in a $4.3 million home with white folks. But she's going to build more projects for the blacks. And they're going, yeah. She's like, and the key is those old Republicans want to tear down the projects. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to build more for you.
Well, they probably think that's
And so they use, hold on a minute, they use the hypnotic word is Republican. They're white, they're against you. And so you could build all the projects you want, Maxine, and you could go and stay in your $4 million home, and then your husband, who was on the board of a bank, became wealthy from sitting on the board, but give them the projects. Because the hypnotic word is racism. Why doesn't she offer them what she has? Does that make sense? And do you believe she knows what she's doing?
No.
Or that she doesn't know?
No, I don't know. I'm trying to understand it myself too, but I understand. I understand. You just really have to pay attention. You just really have to pay attention.
Yeah, you do. It's blind. Anyone who thinks that these people don't know what they're doing, they're blind. All you have to do is look at their life and look at what they're offering you. How do they have sense enough to get the best for themselves and offer the worst for you?
How do they get rich?
Right. Well, they tell you how they got it. Here's how you get it, and you can do it too.
Makes sense.
I think that's Satan telling y'all that they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, all you have to do is just look at any politician's rise and look at what they did to rise. Obama right now is spending, I think he has 11 homes. He's on hundreds of millions of dollar yachts like all the time. He started as a community organizer. The guy's never even had a real job. This is his job. This is his hustle. This is what he does. He divides people. He does favors for them, and he gets paid. That's what a politician is. Politicians that don't do that, they're not reelected. They have to go get side jobs to pay their mortgage. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like those don't exist. They get trampled all over.
That's a good point.
Hold for the mic. Hey, hold on.
That's a good point. You just said it. You have to do that kind of stuff to be a politician.
No,
if
you don't.
He just made the point. If you don't do that, you won't be successful.
I was about to say, I don't blame, and we're not promoting any politicians here, but I don't blame the politicians. I blame the people, because it's we the people, and the people get the type of government they deserve. And so, you know, even though I'm pointing out what's wrong, I really blame the blacks and Hispanics for it, because they had, in a sense, if they had self-control, if they live upright, they wouldn't vote in these kind of people. They would vote in decent people who realize they work for them, and then people are not working for them. But they don't have to. They don't do it, so they get what they deserve.
Yeah, but that's true. But my point is, to be a politician, you might have to do that kind of sideways.
You don't
stuff.
have to.
He just said it.
They only do it because they know the people are corrupt, and the people love that.
Maybe, but he just said if you don't do that stuff, you won't get elected. So maybe you have to.
No, you don't have to.
He just said it.
Well,
That's not what he says.
If you're a Democrat and you want to be elected, what do you do?
You have to do all that corrupt stuff. Is what you said.
But they only doing it because they know that the people are corrupt. And that's what the
Operative
people
word.
want to hear.
Democrat.
Yeah.
So Republicans are saying don't.
Let me go here and then I come back. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my observation is be careful as a conservative in the next election cycles, 2018, 2020. A lot of people are being deceived by never-Trumpers and Democrats that slap on a Trump hat and go to rallies and whatever. And they're running as Republicans, and they're edging out the real, because like he said, a real conservative is not going to try to get into that mess. But these people who are wolves in sheep's clothing, they are. So they're going to tell you what you want to hear. Oh, you like Trump hats that are red? I'm going to wear it and follow me on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. We got to watch out because the next election cycle, this whole movement is infiltrated by people who are not legit. And
But see, if we can encourage the people to live upright and do what's right, develop those values that guide us in life, we wouldn't have to be worried about all this. The only way that these people know to play games on us because we're playing games in our own lives. You know, most people have not even overcome their anger, so you really can't see what's going on. Everyone who has anger really don't understand and see what's going on. And so that's why we got to wake up. We got to overcome that so that we can understand what's happening. Did I see your hand? Go ahead.
Since it's kind of a theory and a question, I saw the video, the people who were supporting the bill, and I was thinking that godless people, they're more open to having dark spirits overtake them.
Right.
Is it not?
Yes.
Is there,
Anyone who is angry is open for those spirits to overtake them. Anyone.
versus God's
Right.
presence.
Right. Because Satan is their father. And so when Satan is your father, when you're an angry person, it's hard to believe the truth. And so God can only help you when you start seeking the truth, seeking him first, and then you can switch.
People who are not moral don't take good or bad that serious. So even if they're immoral and they're trying to they don't take it that serious, so it's not going to be. So for example, it doesn't have to necessarily be that they believe the lie. They just may not take it that serious, good or bad, that serious. So they're okay with controlling. It's not like a big deal to them.
You mean
correct?
the people who are promoting SB 10?
Yeah, if they're not moral people, they don't take good or bad that serious. But the people who are moral do take it serious. Like, oh, that's clearly evil. That's that.
Right.
But there's a lot of people who are kind of like whatever about it, and it's not so bad to them because they're immoral that they're deceiving people.
But this is bad to them because if it wasn't bad to them, they're promoted for their communities too.
So
It's only for blacks and Hispanic communities.
So they're
only.
moral people.
Huh?
So they're moral people, but
No,
they're
they're evil
purposing.
people.
But so they don't say. But that's what I'm saying. Even though they're evil people, they obviously don't see it as such a wrong deed that's
Yes, they
being
do.
done.
That's why they try to shut me down so no truth get out there about it. They don't, what it is, the people that they're controlling, they don't want them to have to think about if this is right or not. They don't want them to pause for a minute to examine it, to see what are they really supporting. Like what he was saying about that Hispanic TV show, all day long they're promoting Trump is an evil man. He hate immigrants. He hate this. And if that's all you're hearing all the time and you're not a man or woman who is really seeking the truth and want to understand, you're going to believe that.
So they're
You're going to think, well, this is a TV show. They must be telling the truth. Or this is a politician. He must be telling the truth. Or she must be telling the truth.
So you're saying they know they're being evil and they're being evil purposely
Yes.
for their own personal gain.
Yes. 100%.
Not that I it's not that I'm not sticking up for them or
Right.
I'm
No,
trying to
I
understand
understand.
it. So I'm
Yeah.
just trying to see where you're coming from. I don't agree with that, and I'm not saying that I agree. I'm just trying to understand it too.
I understand that.
But I understand the point that they're trying to make as far as people and da-da-da. Because in some cases, it doesn't have to be political. People do believe the lie and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying, like,
There are.
understanding the situation.
Do you
So not
understand
necessarily
it? You
agreeing.
understand it
Does that
better
make
now?
sense? I can see you almost don't want to believe that they're purposely
Right.
trying to be evil because that means that now you can't trust. What can you really trust?
No,
if you
man.
know, true, but when you know, but who could you really? It's like you can't rely on anybody
That's
because
right.
when you know that they're actually purposely deceiving you, that's not the easiest thing you want to go with.
That's a
Because it's like,
very, very good point. Human beings don't want to believe that evil exists in human beings. Most people are evil.
because then you can't rely.
And
You
all the
can't,
ones who are not evil, those who have overcome anger and returned to the Father, if they have not returned to the Father, they're evil and can't be trusted.
and I see that.
And these people know that. That's why they constantly keep you away from the family, that order of God. You know, God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. That family. They don't want that order. They don't build that order. They don't talk about that order. They promote everything but that order, because if they did, the people would wake up and they can't use them. They can't motivate them to vote for them and support the lie. They know exactly what they're doing.
That's crazy.
But when you understand that,
That's crazy.
so what?
I just say that's crazy.
It is evil.
Yeah.
And when I had that anger, I couldn't see what I see now that these politicians are doing.
Yeah.
Because I believed into them too.
Well, going off that really quick about the anger thing, is it possible, because they still have the anger, the Democrats or whatever the case is, that because of that they could be blind to possibly not being able to see what they're actually doing?
They are blind to good. I think that's the point Francisco was making. But they don't think they're doing good. Their ego is about power and wealth. So now all they're thinking of is themselves. You know, they're trying to build more power and wealth for themselves. And the best way to get it, as far as they think, is by controlling the people. And the way you control the people is lie to them. Keep them angry. And they'll believe a lie.
Honestly, it doesn't matter whether or not they think they're doing good. We can just agree they're doing bad. Regardless, we could argue all day about why or what they think is in their heart, but we can both agree they are doing bad, and it shouldn't matter why they're doing it. We have to fight them regardless.
That's
so.
right. Absolutely.